I live outside of Philadelphia, and there's a radio station out of University of Penn called WXPN, and they play Francis's music. And about 2002, I heard "The Wounding and Healing of Man," and it was soon after my father had passed away. So when I heard the song, I was just like, oh, you know exactly how I feel. Like, he spoke to me.
One of my favourite musicians, whose opinion I trust a lot, mentioned Francis, so kind of based on that I listened to him.
I was looking for Into and Newer, and instead I came across a band called It Bites.
Was introduced by a man called John Webster. I was a backing vocalist in a band he managed, and he was looking after Francis at the time and suggested that I auditioned. So I auditioned and got the job.
Without the art, without our stories, we're dead in the water. And people don't realise that, because they're basically, you know, there's two particular sides to the brain. There's the left brain, which is all functional and like methodical and logical. And there's the right brain, which is, you know, I guess you could say the left brain is how, and the right brain is why. That philosophical component of the psyche, that part, that's the artistic side of the psyche. And if you take that away, because one complements the other, but like, yet the left brain people are always trying to say that this is the one that we should be doing, we should forget about this one, because it's not true in the real world. You know, there's no Snow White. You won't walk out here and see Snow White. But the value of the story of Snow White, as it infiltrates and soaks into your system, you know, it does something to us, something, you know, something magical, really. So I think art, music and theatre, I have a great respect for all the people who do that, because they don't get paid a lot and they don't get valued. But if we were to disappear, woe betide the world, I'll tell you. Because seriously, it would be an absolute disgraceful, disgusting place to live without it. Give the people what they want. The essence of what I do is I soak up energy. I'm a teacher. That's what I do. I teach people things. That's what I do. I just have to teach. That's what I do. That's my fucking dharma. That's my fate.
Francis knows how to attract the most brilliant people. Just warm, brilliant, eclectic. Yeah. So it's a wonderful event.
One of the things I think you should all know, this is a deep thing, dude. This is a deep thing. Anybody who's come here for the last 10 years, we have raised, check this out, because I didn't realise, I was telling people an amount we'd raised, and it was way beyond that. In fact, Mark told me it was like 15 grand, because he didn't steal some of it, Mark? Yeah. It's called our Bermuda Fund. It just goes right, it's like weed accountant partners. But check this out. Including tonight, we have probably raised, just this little year, just this thing we do here, whatever it is, £250,000 in the last 10 years. Dude! £250,000! Dude! Basically doing is because the future doesn't exist, it's not real. See, it's a weird thing as we think of time, but it actually isn't real. It's actually not real. Like it's just now. It's constantly now. And then, so that by definition of that, there is no future or past. We made that up. To explain
what has happened.
What the fuck?
What you are.
Have some way to try and explain what the fuck we're doing here. And this is what brings us back to art and the right brain, right side of the brain, is the fact that you're creating something and chasing after it. That's what's important, like that we keep that creative vision alive. And it's not just, you know, functional, like clean that up, write this, give me the list, I do this, and make the washing, da-da-da-da-da. If it's just all functional, then there's no stories. So art is probably, I think, is I've never thought about this, but quite possibly probably the most important thing that we have.